Good evening, British summertime crew. I am back for or Beza, as some of you clearly prefer. The little labels my mum sews in my vest say Beric Livingstone, but let's not get hung up on formalities. The inimitable Sharon is in San Diego, doing what you do in San Diego. Surfing? I assume surfing? Who's been there? Anyone? But let's talk about that. Where are you playing from right now? Whereabouts are you? Anyone from Wales, Northern Ireland, Isle of Man? Wherever you are, you've come to the right place. This is HQ Trivia. About 10 seconds to answer them. They start easy but get quite hard. Get a question correct and you move on. Get all 12 correct and you win or split today's prize money. Tonight you are competing for £550. That'll spice up your Saturday night and probably your Sunday as well. Take the crown and you'll join that elite group of wizened word warriors, the HQ winners. Your time is now. This is Q1. Which of these colours does not contain the letter E? White, black, red. An easy one to start with. I'm afraid not even Specsavers can save you if you got this one wrong. Arguably not even a colour in the first place, it's black. Black was the answer we are looking for. 112,000 of you, 895. Almost all of you got that right. Well done. I should think so too. Black holes may absorb almost everything, but even a black hole won't take away the embarrassment of getting that one wrong. Let's move on now, with almost all of you still with us, into question 2. In 2014, Meghan Trainor sang all about which of these? That bass, pedestrianisation, gluing coins together. All about which? Well, there were no cars in the video, but it wasn't a statement against vehicles. Wanting to bring booty back instead, it was all about that bass. All about the bass. That was the correct answer. 110,000 of you, 172 got it right. Seems we all like that bass, as Trainor's body positive song shot to the top of the UK and US charts in 2014. Couple of shout outs. Hi to Darren and his wife, and Harry, Laura and Phoebe revising in Leeds. Plus, do not forget about the Sunday Roast special tomorrow with Sharon and a delicious £8,000 prize. Get an extra life ready. Don't miss out. Okay, on to Q3. Which artist is recognised as one of the pioneers of Cubism? Tony Hart, Penny Crayon, Pablo Picasso. 3 of the greats. Which one is it? Penny's whole world may have existed inside a box, but cartoon graffiti was more her style. The master of messed up faces is Pablo Picasso. Of course it is. Picasso's the correct answer. 89,807 of you got it right. We lost about 20,000 of you. Sorry, goodbye. Cubism brought different views of a subject together in the same picture. That's what it was all about. Let's move on to question 4. The most famous version of the tabletop game Subbuteo is based on which sport? Horse racing, snooker, football. Big in the 70s and 80s, made a comeback a few years ago. What's it based on? Snooker's already played on a table, so we're looking for a different sport here. Finger flicking good, it's tabletop football. Ooh, how many of you knew that? Tabletop football, 68,601 of you. We lost 21,000 of you. Well, players flick little model footballers about to try and score goals, or at the very least to have an opponent's eye out. That was Subbuteo. On now to question 5. Which was the first movie in the UK to be rated 12? Die Hard, Edward Scissorhands, Batman. How is your movie trivia knowledge today? Die Hard, Edward Scissorhands or Batman? Which was a 12 first? Die Hard was out first, but it wouldn't have been seen dead in a 12 rating. Better at cutting crime than cutting hair, it's Batman. Batman the correct answer there. How many of you got that right? Ooh, we lost quite a few of you there. That was pretty difficult. Just 23,082 of you left. Well done, you lot. Too dark for a PG, but not dark enough for a 15. The Kind of Dark Night was a huge hit with its brand new teenage audience. If you're still with us, let's move on to question 6. Which of these celebrities has not published a cookbook? Coolio, Lily Allen, Pippa Middleton. Which has not published a cookbook? They're all doing it seems, but one of them has not done it, at least yet. We're always hunting for the ingredients of success, and where better to look than a celebrity cookbook? Keeping her secret sauce to herself, though, it's Lily Allen. Lily Allen is the answer I wanted. 9,000 of you knew it. Ooh, we keep losing 2/3 of the people at once. It's getting quite interesting, this game. Cooking with Coolio came out of the oven in 2009, while Pippa served up Heartfelt in 2016. On now to Q7. A little bit of music, a little bit of history. Who was British Prime Minister when Britain first won the Eurovision Song Contest? Ted Heath, Harold Macmillan, Harold Wilson. Cast your mind back. It's a long time since we won it, let alone the first time we won it. When was it and who was Prime Minister? Well, our future may be full of nul points, but we were rolling in Eurovision points back in 1967. Blatantly dancing along in number 10, it was Harold Wilson. Yes, Harold Wilson was the right answer. 3,954 of you on it. We're continuing this pattern of losing big chunks of you at a time. Oh, this game is having me on tenterhooks. He was a Labour legend turned lucky charm because Wilson was in power for 3 of our 5 Eurovision wins. Well done if you got that right. Let's go on to question 8. Which European city has been waiting for its new airport to open since 2011? Malaga, Berlin, Lisbon. Which one are we waiting for? We've all been on the rubbish end of a delayed flight, but this airport's been grounded for 7 years, bored senseless in its own half-built terminal. It's Berlin. Berlin. How many of you got that? Ooh, just 1,266 of you. We have eliminated nearly 3,000 of you in that round. From misremembered doors to corruption scandals, the excuses have been piling up in Berlin. Okay, on to question 9. Of these 3 countries, which does the OECD regard as the most obese? Australia, Italy, United Kingdom. Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development. Which one is the most obese according to that organisation? It's the 3 countries that love to wine and dine, but whose health is taking the biggest hit? Putting a few too many shrimps on the barbie, it's Australia. Australia, the correct answer there. Ooh, just 244 of you got that right. I think that counts as a savage question. Ironically enough, put that on the barbecue. It was savage. You'd think that all that pasta would stretch Italian waistlines, but they're right down at the bottom of the OECD's list, so it was Australia. Moving on to Q10. Which of these common phrases was used by Shakespeare in A Midsummer Night's Dream? Apple of his eye, sight for sore eyes, peas in a pod. What will it be? They all sound the part, but which one landed a role in A Midsummer Night's Dream? The common phrase, uttered by the fairy king Oberon, it's the apple of his eye. Apple of his eye was the right answer. 130 of you got that right. Well done, you lot. The bard was famous for inventing his own words and phrases, but he ripped this one off from King Alfred the Great. Okay, on to Q11. Now this one's a little bit interesting. When you think about the list I'm about to mention, I want you to think about the top 10, okay? Which of these countries is not represented in Forbes' 2018 list of the wealthiest billionaires? France, China, Mexico. Which country not represented in the top 10? Jeff Bezos strolls right in with a ridiculous $112 billion. Yet, with over 1 billion citizens but no billionaires in the top 10, it's China. China was the right answer on this question. That was tricky. That was very tricky. There's just 19 of you who got that right. That was another savage question. Oh my goodness, it was absolutely ferocious. I'd say that was part of a toad in the hole and no mistake. Now come on, this is the big one, folks. We're moving on to the final round. 115,000 of you almost started this game. We're down to just 19. £550 to play for. Will tonight be your night? Here it comes. Q12. Which of these was an early 20th century version of the game charades, popular in England at the time? Pirandello, Pantalone, Macaroni. Will I give you a clue? No, I won't. It's the final cue. Regularly played in Chelsea and Bloomsbury. In the 1920s, this version had people acting out a personality instead of a title. The impressions may have been pants, but it wasn't called Pantalone. Sharing a name with one of Italy's greatest writers, it's Pirandello for the win. Pirandello the right answer, and we have 7 winners tonight. 7 winners. Wow. Well done to you. Fantastic work tonight. Think how many people started just 15 minutes ago. 12 questions in a row to get right. Some of them really tricky. And you guys did it. Congratulations to Will Knorr, to Stanley, to Antonia Russ, to It's Your Queen X. Wow, you are all taking home £78.57. Congratulations to all our winners. £78.57 for you brain boxes today. Congratulations to all of you who played. You are all amazing. Everyone loves a winner, and you have really done us proud. I do love every one of you though, of course, and I know that the rest of you are future winners. I'm Beric Livingstone, and you can find me on Twitter and share all your hopes and dreams, or at least the family safe ones. That's Saturday done, and Shazza is back tomorrow at 3 p.m. for the big Sunday roast show with an eye-popping £8,000 up for grabs. I know you know it's yours, but let's make sure you invite a friend for that extra life, shall we? Right, I'm off to have a Saturday night. See you next week.